Okay friends, just got a bit of time in the traffic here, so I thought I'd drop a quick video and explain to you the situation we're in right now. Okay, this is a big turning point in history, in financial history, in economical history, because you're just about to see the potential of cryptocurrency, and in particular the Hedera Hashgraph HBAR. Because in the past, you know, men dug up things from the ground and produced items and commodities and just materials that gave value to man. And if you think about it, everything that you see has come from the ground, and even you and me, if you really think about it. And above all of the materials that have come from the ground, some of the most valuable, well, probably the most valuable, is gold, and other valuable things get mined from the ground, gems and diamonds and things like this. But gold is the only thing that maintains its form indefinitely. It doesn't matter how long you leave gold out in the elements, it will never deteriorate. Okay, it'll never tarnish, it'll never crack. Even stone, and the hardest stone and granite, if left out in the elements long enough, will deteriorate. Okay, but gold never does. That's the thing about gold. Okay, if it's worth something 1,000 years ago, it's worth the same today, because it never changes. Okay, so for many, you know, centuries and millennia, man used gold as money because of this particular property. Okay, and what happened was, around about 100 years ago, men wanted more money than there was gold. So what they had to do was process themselves off the gold standard, and instead the labour of the populations became the collateral for the debt. So the banks could print money based on the future promise of the government of the people, and the people became the surety of the debt. This is what happened in 1933, and it processed in 1971, and we're here today where we're not really on the gold standard anymore. We're on the labour standard, basically, where the central bank can print money based on the future labour promise. But see, now what's happening now is that the central banks want to go to a digital currency, the central bank digital currencies. And see, what happens now is that these particular systems require a consensus algorithm to operate, because you can't even run a currency on the old server-based systems, because there are glitches, and it's not stable enough, because these systems can shut down and they can get hacked, and you know, they can suffer from power outages, and it's not a stable thing. So what'll happen is, if you've got, say, some money in your bank account and you try and make a payment, it could be a critical situation you're in, and for some reason your you know, your internet banking doesn't work because it's based on the bank's central server, which has been compromised. Now, we've got systems now like Hedera Hashgraph, and Hashgraph in particular, where the algorithm cannot be compromised. It is uninterruptible, unhackable, uncrashable. It's the only system that can survive basically a you know, a nuclear holocaust, if you believe that's possible even. But until now they haven't been able to do it. But now, with algorithms like Hashgraph and the Hedera consensus and token services, these banks are able to issue these digital currencies that are as stable as you can get over the internet. And so what I'm getting at is that the central bank currency is basically just a token. So the bank has its supply of money that is has been produced based upon the future promise of the governments and the labour of the people. The labour of the people has become the collateral for the debt and the surety for the debt. Once the banks have that blessing, if you like, from the governments to print money and lend it to them, they issue the money now in the digital currency, the central bank digital currency. And so the governments can distribute that digital currency throughout the population. Now the thing is, these digital currencies, the digital dollars, are merely just tokens based upon the, in this case, HBAR hash graph consensus algorithm. And each time one of these digital currency, digital dollars, is transported or exchanges hands in some way, it raises a charge on the hash graph algorithm, and the bank is charged for the transmission of these transactions. And so what the bank needs HBAR to be able to operate its central bank digital currencies with all these transactions that are going on. And so what that means is that HBAR kind of does become like the new gold, where the bank needs, in the past the bank needed the gold to justify the receipts, the notes that they printed. In this case, the central bank needs the HBAR to in order to operate its digital notes. And so, as you can see, the value is really in the HBAR, where the HBAR becomes the money and the digital dollars become the tokens, the currency, the currency token. So if there's ever a digital gold, it's not Bitcoin, because Bitcoin doesn't have these attributes that can actually generate revenue. Okay, that's what gold does. Gold is able to generate a revenue because people have been able to lend money against it. It can be collateral. So HBAR is the closest thing to digital gold as there is that exists right now, because of the fact that the central bank is basically going to base the digital currency upon it. And so the bank needs it to operate. And if there's anything that's going to be closer to gold than that, I'd like to hear about it. But if you think about it logically, HBAR becomes the money and the dollar becomes the token. So if you want to mine for Bitcoin, you can, keep on mining until oblivion, but it's never going to be worth as much as a HBAR as far as the utility value goes. So instead of buying all these mining rigs and, getting into all these coins and blockchain type coins that aren't really going to do anything, you might as well just buy HBAR, because that is the digital gold of the future. But anyway, not financial advice, but until next time, peace.